Alright, so in this video we're going to work on the content pages, both the regular post content and also the gallery. So let's start with content PHP. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to create an article tag and we're going to give it a class of post. Okay, and a lot of this stuff will actually be the same between the two files. Alright, and then we need the title. So we're going to put that inside of an H2. So we can get that with PHP echo the title. Okay, and just to show you, if we go and reload, now you can see with the regular content posts we're actually getting the title. Next thing we're going to want is the metadata. So let's put that in a class called meta, a paragraph with a class called meta. And in here we're going to say posted at, and then we need to get the date and time. So to do that we can say PHP the time. Alright, and then we're going to say on, and then we want the date. So we're going to say PHP the date, and then by, and then we want the user's name, and we're going to put that in a link. So let's say ahref, and what we're going to want to do here is put in PHP tag, and we want to echo out get author posts URL. Alright, and then we need to put the ID in here for the author, which we can do with get the author meta, and we want to pass into it ID. That'll get us the author's ID. And then for the actual text, that's just going to be PHP the author. Okay, let's check it out. Okay, so posted at 2:01 p.m. on March by admin. And if we click admin, it's not going to do anything yet. We'll get to that after. Alright, so what we're going to do now is we're going to check to see if there's a thumbnail or a featured image. So we'll say PHP if, actually one, yeah, like that. So in here we're going to say has post thumbnail. Okay, so if there's a thumbnail, and let's end that. Okay, if there's a thumbnail, then we'll create a div. We'll give it a class of post thumbnail. And in here, all we have to do is say PHP the post thumbnail. Okay, and under that we'll do a BR tag. And then we need the main content, which is really easy. We can just say the content. Just like that. Alright, so let's save it and go and reload. And there we go. We have the title, the metadata, and the content of that post. Now for the photo post, or the gallery post, that's going to be a little different. Alright, so let's just take a look at our index HTML that we created earlier. Okay, so what we're going to want is one of these 4-column divs. Okay, so what we'll do is just grab that, copy it, and go and paste it in here. Okay, so we're going to want to loop through and then spit for each post. We're going to be spitting this out, okay, but we want to change this stuff up. So we can actually the only thing we want to keep is the div. Alright, because what we want to do here is check for the thumbnail, so we want to use this same thing right here. So let's grab that. Okay, we'll put that right here. Okay, this is going to be a little different. We're going to get rid of this. Okay, so we're checking for a thumbnail if there is one. And when I say thumbnail or featured image, I mean the same thing. Alright, so we'll have the div, that's fine. And let's see, we're going to want to do a little extra here because we want the image to actually have a class so that we can do the animation and stuff like that. So we need to create an array of attributes. So let's say PHP, and we'll say attr equals array. Alright, and then in here, let's see, we're going to put class, and we want that to be w3 animate opacity, and then we also want a hover effect, which we can use w3 CSS for. So we need to just say w3 hover opacity, just like that. Alright, so then we can end the PHP, and each image is going to have a link around it. So we're going to say ahref, and that's going to go to PHP echo the permalink. Okay, that'll take it to the single post. And then we just want the thumbnail, so we're going to say PHP echo. This time we want to say get the post thumbnail. Alright, and then we get to pass in a couple things. We want to pass in ID and the size, which will be large, and then the attributes. Okay, just like that. And then underneath the div, underneath the end if, we want to put the content. Okay, we'll save that. Alright, now if we reload, we don't see anything because we didn't actually add any content to that photo post. So I'm actually going to delete that. So in our posts, what I'm going to do is delete both of these. So let's move those to trash. Okay, and then let's create a new post. So this will be, let's say, photo 1. Alright. I'm just going to paste in just a small paragraph or just some content, which will be the description. And we want to make sure you choose gallery here. Okay, oh, categories, we need to create those too. So for now, let's just add a category and we'll call it nature. Actually, while we're at it, let's just create them all. We'll say objects. Let's do, what else? People. We can say places, abstract. Okay, and I only want to choose nature. Okay, and then down here in featured image, we're going to say set featured image, and then we want to upload a file. And what I'll do is go to our HTML template here and go into images, and I'm going to grab this first image. Okay, over here you can give it a title, we'll say photo 1. You can put a caption, description, and then we'll say set featured image. Okay, so things you should have is the title, description, gallery, you want to check that, category, and then a featured image. Okay, and we'll go ahead and say publish. And let's take a look at the front end. Okay, so there's our image. It fades in. Obviously the proportion isn't correct, so what we need to do is go to our CSS, which is, let's see, style.css, and we want to go down to pick. Okay, but this time we want the actual image, so we're going to say pick image, and we're going to set the width to 100%, and I'm going to make that important, and then we're also going to set the height to 100%. Alright, so let's save that and reload, and there we go. Okay, so that looks good. If we click it, it's going to take us to the single page, which we haven't created yet, so don't worry about that. Let's go ahead and just upload the rest of these. Okay, so I'll go to posts, and we'll say add new. This will be photo 2. And let's see, I'm just going to grab some text, gallery, and let's see, we'll pick the image here. We'll get this one, and let's see, I'm going to add a category of animals. Okay, so that looks good. Let's publish that and go back and reload, and now we have our dolphins picture. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and just add the rest, and I'll be back. Alright, so I have uploaded 6 posts, or 6 images, and you can see it's all showing correctly. If we look in the back end in the post area, we have our 6 photos. Alright, so we now have that functionality down. In the next video, I want to work on the categories. Okay, we want this to start working. We want it to be a WordPress widget. Okay, so we'll do that next.